which I'll make sure I leave in here. It's got some pretty interesting information, because again, if you see here in the title on this website, Earth's precessional cycle, the sacred geometry of global change. And it matches exactly what I'm going to be telling you. Exactly. Exactly. It's looking at it from the spiritual aspect. It's looking at it from the Holy Cross. And then again, it all dawned on me. It's like, oh yeah, we were talking about the golden key, the silver key. Boom. Here it is. But wrong application, folks. It doesn't apply to what I was trying to apply it to at the time, a planetary alignment. No, this applies to exactly what I was trying to describe yesterday in the video. And you know, so luckily, I guess, that I didn't get things uploaded this morning, you know, that I did go through the steps to get that one question answered and find this. So I'm taking a completely different approach. I'm going to shit can what I've already put together. Unfortunately, a lot of hours just go right down the tube. But this is the core of the whole concept. Plus, you know, I've been telling you about magnetics forever, all the different disturbances that I see coming for different reasons. Well, now I've got the perfect model, the perfect way for everyone to understand how to tie the rest of the magnetics in, because there's magnetic relationships within our solar system, within the outer planets of our solar system, that matter. And I'll get to all that in, just like I do with everything. I'll put all the detailed data together, but I'm going to go backwards this time, because I don't want to waste all the effort I did over the weekend. So let's do it this way. This is basically an outline of everything that I want to make sure I get accomplished, and I've gathered data together for a ton of this. So here, look at this and start thinking about it, and so that you'll already be prepped, and hopefully you've already done your research, and hopefully you'll already come to the 100% conclusion that I already know, that the real Mayan end date, you know, I'm using quotes there, is 2017 winter solstice. And here's just a set of highlights, and I'm sure there's more that I have forgotten, and I'll include when I get around to it here, but here's the meat of what I'm going to attack. So I'm just going to take what I have. Maybe I can snip some pieces and get something else put together here. But think about everything that's on this list. It's the only year, 2017 is the only year that Pluto enters the ecliptic plane for another 240 years in its orbit. It's got a very strange orbit. They've basically, you know, don't even pay attention to Pluto. It's just a big rock somewhere out there in the Kuiper Belt. You know, they've done everything they can to divert our attention here. Pluto's a key. Pluto, as you see by the last item there, atoms bonding together, Pluto is an outer shell electron for our solar system. That's, you know, look at it from an atomic point of view, because that's what I'm going to be telling you to do here, and trying to show you examples of exactly why I see those magnetic things. Everything that I've described to you up to this point is because of the data we had available for the inner planets. We didn't have all the NLILs and the tools that I've been using for the outer planets, but it pertains even more to the outer planets, because the outer planets are the outer shell electrons, just like you would find in any atom, and they're the electrons that bind, or that are trying to bind and form relationships with other outer shell electrons from other atoms, in this case solar systems. It's the way it works, folks. There's no doubt about it. I see it in the magnetic data, and I'll show you as many examples as I can to drive home the point. The Galactic Cross, which is what this thing is representing right up here, where it's drawing out the precessional and the seasons, what I was going to be calling the seasons, the quarter there. The Galactic Cross is upright. The Earth's, it's my relative term that I'm using right now, but the Earth's tilt axis aligns best with the galactic equator. So it's kind of lying down into the equator. You can kind of see it happening there in that model as it's going around. So again, there's some very important significance to that. 13 Baktun, we're talking about the Mayan calendar, and I had a whole section on that too. The way they reference their numbers, it's a number system. It's not a date. It's not like February 5th. It's a number system. The way their number system works, and the reason that they went with the long count is they knew this devastating day was coming on the winter solstice, but their calendars couldn't calculate far enough into the future. So now they've created one that goes out potentially to millions of years. And the reason 13 Baktun is all you ever hear about is because that's all they needed to know. It takes 13 Baktun for this cycle to happen, as you see it going on the side there, which is 5,130 years, give or take. That's what 13 Baktun means. It's not a date. It's how many years, or it is. 13 Baktun is how many days. I've just did the simple math and converted it to years for you here. But 13 Baktun is the number of days between the beginning of the Mayan world and when it gets destroyed and the end of it. That's what that means. It's not a calendar date. So whatever you've read, whatever interpretation there was back then, it's all wrong. I understand number systems. I made my life working with computers, hexadecimal, binary, you name it. I've been inside of core dumps, inside and out. That's all the Mayan representation of the way they put their numbers together. It's a number system. It has its rules, but at the end of the day, it represents a big number, a number that they want it to be big, and that's what 13 Baktun is. 5,130 years. The woman clothed with the sun, moon under her feet, crown of 12 stars above her head. That birth, I'll show you the sequence. That birth, an exact birth, Jupiter stops dead in the sky for more than 10 months, for 9 to 10 months, right in the abdomen of Virgo. Saturn and Sol in the dark rift. Saturn and Sol are in the dark rift with the sun, December 21st, 2017. Saturn and Venus are in the dark rift on Christmas. Atoms bond together to form molecules due to shared paired outer shell electrons. That same exact concept holds to solar systems and galaxies, folks. I see it magnetically. I already see it before whatever. Prior to all this, total solar eclipse coming up March 20th. I'm lucky enough to be very short distance away from seeing that, 100%, near 100%. Check it out if you've never seen one. Total lunar eclipse, 3rd and 4th tetrad blood moon on the 4th, right in the heart of the big earthquake sequence every year. You see the rest. That's where it's at. I'll leave a couple links to get you started to head you back to this guy's site. It's 2017. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind, and hopefully after you guys see everything else I've got to present and do some homework on your own, you're going to come to your own conclusion and get down to business. Let's get it right.